Vito. Oh. Hello, Vito.
Yeah, Mr. Grant, this is Vito Corleone. First of all, I feel sorry for you today because all the gavones are calling you up and they're just not spreading good cheer, Mr. Grant. And I know that you're working very hard. You're trying to do the right thing. And people are getting on your nerves.
You know, Vito, voglio mazza tutti quanti. That's what I want to do.
And no question about it. Se lo vedi cromata, e sta cosa viene con baratata, e sta cosa viene cacacazarola. And that goes without saying.
Hey, this guy's really got a Sicilian dialect, this guy.
And then another thing I want to tell you. I want to talk to you, ladies and gentlemen. Excuses for a minute. I want to talk to Robert in Italian for 2 seconds. Bob, questo lo faccio cosa mi rise e sta cosa molto da spostato, no? You're right. It's no joke. The people today, what's wrong with you people out there? You're a bunch of motorams. You got to show some enthusiasm. Because it's Friday, you think, I know you got to show respect to the master, Bob Grant. If you don't like it, shut your radio off or kill yourself or whatever you got to do. But today is a day to show respect for the master. And with this, and all this aside, I'd like to say goodbye. God bless you, and good night.
I don't know who that guy was. He cracked me up. Vito, you're on WABC. Hello.
First of all, Bob Grant, this business about Winne Mandela, everybody's surprised. What about Kennedy? What about Nixon? What about the swimmer? What about that pimp, Mario Cuomo? Why should we be surprised? We should be expectant.
Well, we should be expecting what?
No, you should be expectant. The people act like this, but you can't expect goodness to come out of these kangaroos and these zebras. These people are lowlife. In Italian we say, am I right or wrong?
Hey, you really got that Sicilian dialect, pal.
You got it.
Yeah.
This guy has got to go, this Winne Mandela, and all these people, they said no respect in the world. They give no respect.
You get respect, Vito?
Well, I don't get respect, but the people, they fear me.
They
and
fear
this
you.
is important.
Why do people fear you, Vito? What is there about you that people fear you?
Well, the people fear me because I'm so close to you. And you are no matter, which is punishable by death. You're the most powerful man in New York. And anybody ever says anything about Bob Grant, of course, got to answer to me and the rest of the family. That's what I'm saying. You got it right. I don't want to waste no more of your time. I just want to show that we have respect for you and the people on WABC. You got to get Winne Mandela first.
Okay, Vito. Always good to hear from you. And, by the way, they got some nice plums down there on Mulberry Street.
Goes without saying. Tutto bon.
Yeah, tu pure.
Ciao.
Oh, dear, I don't know. I don't.
I have tremendous respect for you. You're a great man, great intellect. Last night, a very, very sorrowful thing happened. Vito Corleone has to call you up and try to make the peace between you and your dear friend who's been loyal to you for many years, Arnold. He's been banned from the Bob Grant show.
No, he hasn't been banned. I just thought he ought to take a little vacation. He's overdoing it. He's trying to sneak in under the once-a-week rule. He's not like you. You see, here you are. You're a big man. You have great respect. People know you. An olive oil company decided to dedicate themselves to you.
Goes without saying.
And
don't laugh.
And yet you don't push your weight around. You're very respectful, Mr. Corleone.
Always remember, man who gives respect deserves respect. You're a very important man in this town. I told you this a long time ago. Well, I feel very good that you have this attitude. I told Arnold we are not killers, we are not ruffians, we're businessmen. And I try to make the peace between you and him today on ABC.
Well, maybe you should pardon the expression, Don, a sit-down.
Goes without saying. One day, very soon, Arnold will be here with me, and we will discuss this with you at length.
Maybe we'd have to sit down in the back room at Angelo's.
Well, let's not go too far because I understand you could be dangerous at times.
Well, tell me what neighborhoods you feel safe in these days.
Well, I prefer to stay in Deal, New Jersey.
Oh, you want to stay in Deal?
We have a mansion over here, and I'm very, very happy.
That's right. Rabbi Dweck has pronounced your mansion inviolate.
Rabbi Schechter as well. Let's not forget him.
Yeah.
Very dear friend of ours.
I thought maybe you'd like to go to Stark's Steakhouse.
Well, I know them very well, and I'd rather not eat there because I owe them a tremendous amount of money.
Oh.
I like desserts, and I'd rather not go back.
What about eating in the Paul Castellato room?
It's very nice, but it's a dead type of atmosphere, I prefer the Carcass Mokakis. What's his name? That fellow.
Oh, Teddy Lakakis.
Yeah, he's a great man. Now, I was there with so many people, and I respect him because he came to this country. He was a broken-down man, and he made it to the top.
Well, he was a 15-year-old boy who had no shoes. He walked down the gangplank of the Eftichios Protopapadakis. That was the name of the ship he came over on.
That's right.
The Eftichios Protopapadakis. He walked on the gangplank barefooted.
Fantastic. The man is a great man.
And he had to get a tetanus shot because he stepped on a rusty nail.
Goes without saying.
Yeah, that was when he was 15.
Oh, Mr. Grant.
Yeah.
Not supposed to laugh. I'll be serious. I made the peace with you, and there's no more I could say, and I know you're very busy. And maybe someday next week I'll call up and we'll have to sit down with Arnold.
It's always a pleasure, Don.
For now, I'll say agita. God bless you and your family, and if you ever need anything, I predict if you ever need anything in the future, you'll know who to call.
Benedict.
Ciao.
Tu pure, ciao.
Cosa
Okay. Okay, Glenn, you're on. Remember, he said if I need anything. Okay, anybody fool around? Vito, hello.
Mr. Grant?
Yes, Vito.
As you know, I get some information, and I report back to you so the world could find out what's going on. And I am pleased to tell you that I spoke to Saddam Hussein last night.
You did?
Well, I hope nobody's listening. I just want to tell you this. I know we're off the air, and I want to tell you this personally.
All right, take us off the air, folks. Play organ music. Get that record there of Phil Ambro and his orchestra. Put that on.
Watch it.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, Vito, we're talking privately now. Go ahead.
Thank God. We're off the air, right?
Yeah, just you and me, Vito.
Okay. Now, Mr. Grant, what I'm about to tell you will shock you. Saddam Hussein, I spoke to him and I was going to make him an offer he can't refuse. And he humbly gave himself to me and he says to me, I fear nothing. I fear no ships. I fear no nuclear weapons. I fear no United States. Or for that matter, the whole world. I says to him, Mr. Hussein, no man is an island when it comes to fear. There must be something that shocks you. There must be something that you fear. Well, what do you think the answer was?
I can't wait to hear the answer, Vito.
Your name was mentioned 274 times in 11.3 seconds.
274 times in 11.3 seconds.
I couldn't believe it. He said, the name Bob Grant will get me out of Kuwait by Wednesday. He says, do anything, but don't send that man here. I fear him. This is the answer I want to give you. And I wanted to tell you this off the air so your people will not fear you. Your audience will not fear you.
All right, you can put us back on now. You can take off the Phil Ambro's record. Okay. They were playing the Godfather theme by Phil Ambro and his great orchestra.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And if you ever need assistance from me, you could reach me after 6 p.m. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, well, Vito, you must have a day job. That's all I could say.
Well, I have to work for a living, unfortunately.
I see, Vito.
We're all not as fortunate as you are. We don't have the intellect or the genius God has bestowed upon you.
Vito, I'm looking forward to meeting you someday, face to face, to see if you look just like you did in the movie.
Goes without saying.
Thank you, Vito.
Ciao.
On WABC.
Mr. Grant.
Yes, Vito.
How are you feeling?
Well, Vito, I never answer that question except when someone of your great stature asks.
Goes without saying.
And Vito, quite frankly, just the sound of your voice and the vibrations that do emanate through the telephone lines inspire me.
Very impressive. The reason why I called is you know I'm very close with Frank Sinatra. Many people may not realize that. And he called me last night, and he wants you to attend the dinner, which is going to be given to him at the Meadowlands. I made arrangements for a limousine to pick you up to be with Frank. He admires you, and he thinks you're one of the greatest talk show hosts that ever lived, let alone in the country. What do you think of that?
It doesn't make a difference to me what a man does for a living, but this fella's from Hoboken is all right, but this impersonation of another eminence, this is a dangerous business for you.
The question...
I don't like that, because I take that as an insult, and disrespect, which, as you know, is a murder.
Oh, wait a minute. Both you guys have mutual respect, don't you?
Well, first of all, let me speak. That man...
This individual that speaks to you...
Well, let's let Vito speak,
He's
will
a
you?
castrati.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yes.
We got two Vitos.
Mi piaggio.
We got Vito on the line. Vito, I know this is a shock to you, Vito, but as you were talking, another Vito came roaming into the studio.
Is an imposter.
An imposter, probably.
Can I speak to you in Italian?
You going to speak to the imposter in Italian?
To you.
Oh, to me. Okay, go ahead.
Questa cosa la casa chiamata J. Dime. Che sto coso spostato,
Yes, proprio spustato sai.
Now, first of all...
Sai pazzo pure.
Goes without saying.
Yeah.
He's a good person, but once in a while he goes up to Venus.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to get back to the Sinatra business. Then Jay Diamond could do his routine if he wants.
All right, this is very important.
You know what bothers me about this guy, Bob?
What's
I'll
that?
tell you what bothers me about him.
Wow, what's
You know,
that?
there's something ersatz about this guy.
No,
he
no.
talks in that voice. He puts on an impression. He does a shtick. But it seems to me he has another persona. He has a persona of, oh, you don't, yeah, all right. I know who it's talking.
That other persona I don't want to hear.
Yeah, I know.
I like this persona.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Vito.
All right. You know, Arnold's very close to me. You got to watch that. Anyway, yeah, wise guy.
But on February 16th, though, at the Holiday Inn North, you're going to really be doing all your shticks, Phil.
Yeah, for ghosts.
That's right.
Yes. Anyway, the bottom line is Sinatra thinks you're the greatest, and he wants you to be his personal guest. And this is the message that I am relaying to you.
Cheech wants me to be his personal guest?
That's right.
Oh, boy.
Mr. Gotti unfortunately can't make it. He's all tied up.
He's all tied up. Hey, Vito, I wish we could go on. I love this, but I'm getting waves from Broadway Roy.
One question that I would like to ask.
You want to ask
please.
Vito?
Vito,
Wait, you don't resent the fact that Vito does such a good Vito.
No. You're a little light in the loafers, but he's a nice guy. And let me ask you a question, Vito. Or let me say it to you the way Senator Geary said it to Michael in the movie. Vito Corleone. Remember Vito?
Very good.
All right, listen to me. Is it true that on the wedding day of a man's daughter,
Yeah?
you can ask the man for any favor?
Goes without saying if you're Sicilian, mind you.
Oh, all right. I just want I want to know that.
You can't be a Monterano.
The time the time to get to a
Sometimes I
guy
wonder
is
if
on the
this
day
man
of his
really has
daughter's
a daughter.
wedding. All right.
Yeah, but he said Sicilians. I'm not Sicilian, pal.
All right.
Hey?
Anyway, Bob Quinn, I know you're very busy and you got to go. And
Yeah.
wife Frederick is going to have a baby. The bottom line is...
That's right. Roy is.
You're the greatest, and no man, not even the great giant Jay Diamond, can't even talk anymore. Not even the Jay Diamond, who is a genius in his own right, could fill the shoes of the master.
Well, Jay knows that. And
Oh,
that-
but I can shine his shoe.
Jay knows his place, and that's why I allow him to stick around.
I have to go. The limo's here. Frank is outside.
Okay.
See you later, kid.
Thank you,
Be a
Vito.
good boy.
Okay, patabo. Okay, on WABC.
Could you hear me now?
That's better.
I got my antenna up.
Uh-huh.
I have a Christmas story for you and your family.
Uh-oh.
I think you'll love it. I just want you to know, just because we're in the business of doing certain things, it doesn't mean that we don't have a heart or compensation or respect for animals. And I know you love animals.
I don't.
You don't?
No. I love people.
Well, people I find very boring. I despise them. But animals, I have a compassion for them.
Well, I do like a pug. Give me a pug dog or an English bull, but that's about it.
Well, this is a story about a little kitten. Very sad story, but it has a happy ending.
Oh, well, Vito, go right ahead. This is Vito calling from Holmdel, ladies and gentlemen. Vito, who now with his Gumbada John in the slammer, Vito, who looms larger than ever on the landscape.
Oh, John's all tied up, you know that.
Yes.
Anyway, here's the story. I was in my dump truck, the cement truck, and all of a sudden I heard a screaming and a crying of a little kitten. And I went over to the other car, and I seen the kitten was in the engine of another car. The guy was about to start the engine, and I warned him about this cat that's in the engine. I opened the engine, and sure enough, the cat was sitting on top of the engine block, and I saved its life. A little black, innocent little kitten, black it was. And I took it home to me to the mansion, and I had it shot, and it's a story from rags to riches. He was close to death, and now he's living in the lap of luxury with love, warmth, compassion. And I named him B.G.
B.G. Uh-huh.
Benny Goodman.
Uh-huh, very good. I knew it was Benny Goodman.
Oh, you thought it was Bob Graham?
No, I didn't.
What's that?
I did. There's a lot of B.G.s.
Goes without saying. Well, anyway, I know you've
Goes
been...
without saying.
Now listen closely, you meatball. Here's the story.
Uh-oh, this guy's getting tough, yeah.
First of all, you're a genius. That goes without saying, and I know you're sick of hearing that.
No. I like when you say it.
Well, that goes without saying, too.
I like when okay.
First of all, you are a genius, and every day is the same thing. You're a genius, you're great, you're fabulous. What's the sense? You are a genius, and you got to accept that fact. I know you're very humble, and you're getting fed up with people calling you a genius, but it's something you got to accept it.
All right, I accept it. I'm a genius. I accept it.
Okay. I want to wish you a happy Christmas, and all the world will wait for your return to New York City. Without you here, it's an empty, shallow town.
Vito, coming from you, I cherish that. I really appreciate that. I'm asking the engineering department to give me a recording of this portion of the broadcast, so whenever my spirits, for one reason or another, are brought down, whenever I'm not feeling the same enthusiasm for life that I'd like to feel, I will play that tape, hear your voice, saying what you've said, and I know I will feel better again.
Goes without saying.
Goes...
Stop the ball. Be a good boy.
Okay, Vito. Oh, that's Vito. Vito, it goes without saying, Corleone. Oh, now I feel it's official. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel officially welcomed back because it's Vito on the line.
The family sent me a letter the other night, and I'd like to say this. There's about 8 people's names on this list, and it's the most contributed to agita in this country, and boredom. The names are Cindy Hall, Sally Field, Wayne Newton, Al Sharpton, Zazzle Pitts, Esther Williams, and Jay Diamond.
You got quite a combination there.
It goes without saying.
Yeah.
I received a letter from somebody who you know very well. It says, "Thank you, Mr. Graham, for being the greatest man and talk show host and the most intellectual human being on the face of the earth. Your dear friend, George Bush."
Wow.
These are the things that I want the people who are listening to realize, that you're a man to be respected and a man also to be feared. You're a great man, and whoever doesn't listen to you, they will listen to me. Because that is no matter, and you realize it's punishable by death.
I want you to know, Vito, if your ears were ringing last week, the week before, it's because many people who are on the A bus and then the B bus, I tried to spread myself out a little bit, asked about you. If you were related to the great musician Phil Ambro.
Well, Phil is a very nice man. You know, once in a while, He goes off, and right now he's in Saudi Arabia. He's trying to make a deal with Saddam Hussein. Your name was mentioned 67 times. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. I just want you to know, thank you for being on the radio. And of course, there's one thing I must say. When you were gone, I finally realized, and of course millions of Americans realize the same moment, that there is sincerely only one Bob Grant. You are truly the master of what you do. And nobody, then or now, will ever shine your shoes. It goes without saying.
It goes without saying. You know, Vito, I feel that we can sum up tutti goes by saying it goes without saying. Don't you think so?
No question about it. In fact, I'll say it to you in Italian. Spero voce guastangase di demumata, sto vos vita che se fubuse. And it goes without saying. Startable.
Vito, it's always a pleasure and, I might add, an honor to hear from you. I'll give the boys down on Mulberry Street and President Street your fondest regards.
Be a good boy.
That's,
Ciao.
okay, ciao, Vito. That's Vito. And now I feel that I've officially returned. Vito, you're on WABC. Hello.
Mr. Graham,
Uh-oh.
thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak.
It is my pleasure, Vito.
I appreciate it.
By the
The
way,
reason why I'm calling, first I want to let you as wartime consulate to help us and keep us informed of what's going on. People will turn to you because of your great intelligence. And the second thing I want to say is very short. When people go to sleep at night and they put their head on the pillow and they pull the sheets over them, take the moment of time to think of a soldier who's out there all alone, making it possible so you can have a peaceful and safe night's sleep.
Vito, I want to say something to you, and I know you won't take exception to this. But with what I know about your background and your, shall we say, proclivities,
That's right.
why is it you couldn't send a couple of the boys out there to Baghdad and knock off that skunk?
Well, we made a phone call to certain people, and they said they won't make a move. They will not make a move unless it's cleared by Bob Grant. And I can't do anything. I can't go over your head, as you know, because you're in control of New York. I'm in control of Las Vegas. So it's up to you to make that decision. It seems you have more power than me.
Well, Vito, that's really saying something, but I do approve of it. I want you to send maybe Hugo Mazzatutaguanda over there.
Goes without saying.
It goes without saying, and Rudy Ashpera, these two guys are crack shots. I think they could get him.
Well, I tell you, I sent Alphonse D'Amato over there with a 45, and he starts handing out hats. I don't understand.
Yeah, well, D'Amato's busy having his picture taken.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
We'll talk to him. Well, I don't want to disturb you. I know you're very busy. But just keep that in mind. When you go to sleep at night, think of that soldier that's out there making it possible for you to be safe. Say a little prayer.
It goes without saying, as Vito would say.
That goes without saying. Stop the phone.
You too.
Be a good boy.
All right, Vito. That's Vito, the one and only Vito checking in. Oh, here's Vito.
Oh, Mr. Graham?
Yes.
I want to tell you something. Well, I was attended your daughter's wedding, as you well know, and I appreciate the invitation. It was spectacular. I never in my life seen so many senators, judges, and politicians from all over the country. It was spectacular. You spared no expense for your daughter's wedding. You're a great man. Movie actors, everything. It was unbelievable. Well, that goes without saying, as you well know. You look fantastic. You look absolutely fabulous in your tuxedo. And I want to wish you all the luck in the world. And if there's anything the family could do for you, you'd really pick up a telephone.
The family, huh?
Goes without saying.
Goes without saying. Well, all right. I'm honored. I was honored that you were there. I knew it was you, even though you came in with a Homburg and the dark glasses and the gray felt gloves. I know that was you. You were standing in the corner, surrounded by associates.
Associate. And that Roy Fredericks is a very talented man. He's tremendous.
He sang What I Did for Love from Chorus Line. He sang to Mr. and Mrs. Robert Gaydosh.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I don't want to take much more of your time, and you're a great man, and you will go down in history as the greatest talk show host in the country. Goes without saying.
Well, it goes, gee, thank you. By the way, Phil Ambro, I understand, is going to be at the Rio Diner. Maybe you might want to come over there and put the arm on him.
When will he be there?
He'll be there next, we're doing a special show, Vito. I don't know if you know it or not, but I'm contributing my time as is the radio station to a fundraiser for the Leukemia Foundation. And we're going to do a special Saturday show.
At what time?
10 a.m. until 1 p.m.
Well, I want to tell you something, Mr. Glenn. Vito Corleone will be there for respect for you and the Leukemia Foundation.
It goes without saying.
Goes without saying.
Okay.
Stop the ball.
Bye. That's Vito checking in, but we are doing a program live and direct from the Rio Diner. To ABC, it's the gag hour.
This Vito Corleone.
Uh-oh.
This business, you're talking about the Italians. What about the Jews? You never talk and give them credit. What about Frank Ginsberg, who ripped off the garment workers for 25 years? And Larry Levinson, a great man, had pimp in a bathhouse in New York. And Harry Cohen gave vasectomies to eunuchs. You never talk about those guys and the credit they are to America. What's happening to you?
Vasectomies to eunuchs?
Goes without saying.
Okay, thank you, Vito.
Goodbye.
I haven't heard from Vito in...
Corleone.
Oh, my heavens. Vito, long time no talk.
Well, I was in Italy, as you well know.
I didn't know. Goes without saying, if I had known, I would have said something.
That's right. Well, that goes without saying. Well, I want you to know something. My niece came over to me a couple of days ago, and she was 19 years old. She says, Godfather, I'm having a baby. She sat down before me in my office with her boyfriend, and I looked at the both of them, and I said, well, these things happen in life. You're only 19 years old, and you're having a child, and I understand you're in love and everything, but you don't understand one thing. I have feelings as well. And I asked them, when will the wedding occur? And they said, well, we never considered getting married or anything like that. You know, we just decided to have a baby. And so I says, well, let me put it to you this way. Either there's going to be a wedding or there's going to be a funeral. And you got 15 minutes to make your decision. Now, what do you think the decision was?
I think you made them an offer they couldn't refuse. There's going to be a wedding.
It's going to be a fabulous wedding. Unbelievable. Well, I hope everybody could use this type of analogy if they ever get caught in a situation like this. The old way is the only way.
I like your style. You know, you bring back the virtues that we have turned our backs on, Vito.
That goes without saying.
Now, Vito, are you going to give your niece the wedding?
Yes, I might as well do a little something to assure that the Holy Sacraments are together and they are married as husband and wife and raise this child in a good, wholesome family as we have.
Well, if you're going to make all the arrangements, I suppose, for the music, you're going to hire the fabulous Phil Ambro.
Well, there's a possibility, a remote possibility, but there is. Anyway, the reason why I called is you are invited to the wedding, and a limousine will pick you up at your estate in New Jersey and take you out to the manor where we will have this affair.
All right. Is Broadway Roy Fredericks going to sing to the bride?
I wouldn't have anybody else.
You show that you have good taste in addition to a lot of connections, Vito.
Without saying. Well, I know you're a very busy man, and I just want to say, keep up the good way. Hey, this thing of going network, I like this idea. You're going to be tremendous.
You know,
should have done that 25 years ago.
I particularly feel gratified that you called today because some erstwhile friends have just dropped me like a ton of bricks.
Well, you only need the friends that prove themselves to you, and the people that don't prove themselves from you. There's only one way to deal with those people, the extermination process. That we use in the future. The best.
I better not mention their names then, because you're liable to want to do me a favor without my even asking.
Well, I'll do it for you, but nobody else. Well, I have to go anyway. Be a good boy and give my regards to the whole crew.
It goes without saying.
Without saying. Stop them.
I wouldn't dare tell him about Henry and Jerry, because then he might take action against Henry of Upper Montclair and Jerry of Hewlett Harbor. Wouldn't want to do that.
This is Vito Corleone.
Oh, Vito. It's it's been a long time, Vito, that you've called a broadcast.
That's right. I had to take care of that business for you in Sicily. Everything is straightened out.
I see. And you fulfilled the contract.
Well, that was your order, and we carried it out.
And did they find a nice resting place for Bonanima Salvatore?
No question about it. We got a little spot there for El Supremo, too, in case things get out of hand.
Uh-oh.
But anyway, as you know in the past, we have served you very faithfully and did many things for you. And now, we request something from you. Are you prepared?
Well,
your godfather?
My father told me whenever the boys do you a favor, make sure you do a favor for them right away.
Napoleon.
Uh-oh.
Bob Grant, my most valued friend. I'm sitting down here with two children, Danielle and Ian, and they said, Grandpa, this man appears to be a very mean man. And I reassured them what a great man you are. Would you please tell these two children why you like children as much as you do?
Children?
Yes.
Well,
children.
Well, I'm just a sucker for my own.
I know that.
It just I'm like everybody else. Well, not everybody else. Most everybody else. You just can't help but like them.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
You did the right thing.
It goes without saying.
It goes with this thing with David Duke. I think it's wonderful.
What do you mean?
Well, I hope he becomes president. Which will take care of some of the business that's been going around. And the Post made a big deal with John Gotti and this guy who ratted him out. If it was up to the Post, this guy be in the funeral parlor already. Didn't give him a chance. You call him a rat, they call him a fink. It's a shame.
Well, you don't like squealers, do you?
Well, I feel the same way you do.
Which is?
Rub them out.
What, squealers?
Goes without saying.
Ah, what? No, I don't know. Look, I'm for law and order. I'm for an honest society. What about you?
I'm with you, Bob Grant. You know why? Because you're the greatest man on radio today. And with that, I'll say stop the bone.
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. The Don. It's Don checking in right... Hello, Don.
This is Don Corleone.
Uh-oh.
Well, first, before we get into anything, that gentleman you just spoke to was a very eloquent young man, and he should be commended. Very rare to find a man with such class as that young man.
You're talking about Stan?
That's right.
Okay.
Well, we're certainly not talking about you. This business with this John Gotti I just heard, and, well, I hope you don't feel the same way about me.
No, you're in the big Paul Castellano school. You have style. You're a gentleman.
That's right.
When they put the cuffs on you, you're very cooperative.
Well, I fold up. That's right. I take my cufflinks off every time they do it. This business with John Gotti, well, everybody has a problem. He's a little tense once in a while. He speaks very highly of you.
Oh?
Well, on a ladder. Mostly on a ladder.
Mostly on a ladder.
But the thing is that this business, I want to say that you got a lot of guts. You're out there, and, you tell it like it is. You're not afraid of nobody. In fact, one would say that you might be connected.
Connected? Well, it could be, As a matter of fact, I might be connected. Maybe that's why I talk the way I talk, because I know the right people.
Oh, it goes without saying, and you got me behind you if there's any time there's ever a problem. Just ring me at any time you want.
You don't know anything about Canyon Woods, do you?
Well, I'd rather not discuss that matter right now, but I know you know about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't want to take much of your time because I know you're a very busy man, and you just keep punching for the Americans, and remember, the old-time gangsters were fun.
It goes without saying.
It goes without saying. Stop the ball.
Okay, there he goes. Don Corleone. It's Don checking in right now. Hello, Don.
Bob Grant.
Yes.
My most valued friend.
It's the Don. Did you read that? Did you hear me read that letter from those phonies? You obviously didn't.
Well, I just got in from Syracuse, and some friends of mine said that this is a very disheartening letter. Could you please inform me what it was?
Well, the letter was from a typical anti-Semite who accused You, being a Jew, trying to demean Italians.
A Jew?
Yeah.
Well, as you know, I'm truly 100% Sicilian.
Yes.
Now, how could anyone say that?
Well, because they're anti-Semites, that's why.
No, that goes without saying.
Uh-huh.
Now, these people are very sad, and they're very... I wish you would give me the name of that person.
Well, they gave a phony name.
Oh, the state...
Don Corleone, they gave a phony name. They
Because
really
they
did.
me.
Yeah, they gave a phony name, and I knew it was a phony name, but I checked up on it, and it's a phony name.
Well, those people out there, hear this, and hear this now. If they want to meet the real Don Corleone, you'll be at the Rio Diner any time, and we'll discuss this matter in great length. And another thing, this business of these black people calling you up and say that you don't like black people, you don't understand them, I just want them to know that you're a great man, and you will like everybody, regardless of their situation. Just some black people are ignorant, that doesn't mean they're all ignorant. Understand? You're a great man, Bob Grant, and they should realize that. Now, the reason why I did call you, this is beyond the... I think there's a remote possibility, now listen very closely, that I could get the great El Supremo on your show.
Well, I doubt it, because he hung up on me a couple of years ago on October 30th, 1986, and we don't talk anymore.
Well, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Oh?
And I'm sure that after we discuss the matter with him, he'll be more than happy to talk to you.
Hey, listen, you know what? When once again he said he wasn't going to run, I got calls from friends of mine out on the West Coast, and they said, what skeletons does he have in his closet? I said, I don't think he has any skeletons in his closet. And they said, well, why won't he run? And then when this came out on Bill Clinton, somebody called me today and said, you see, that's what we mean about El Supremo and the skeletons. Because if you have skeletons in your closet and you run for president or vice president, those skeletons come out and dance.
Oh, that's true. No question about it. Well, that goes without saying. Well, anyway, I know you're a very busy man, and I don't want to take up much of your time, but we're going to contact Mr. Supremo, as you call him, and we're going to get him to give you an interview. Also, there's a remote possibility that we can contact the men's room attendant.
Yeah, you know, the studio does need a little straightening up, come to think about it, so you can contact the attendant.
And he's very good at that.
Thank you very much.
Shutable.
There he goes. It goes without saying. The Don.
My most valued friend. This is Don Corleone.
Oh, it's that Don. The Don.
Goes without saying. Now, Bob Grant, in respect to our dear friend Leona, I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to relax. And I want you to place your hand in the deepest and the lowest part of your heart. And I want you to answer this question. Do you, the great, legendary king of talk radio, sincerely feel, deep down in the blackness of your heart...
Blackness?
Well, there is a black area. Mostly it's red, but some areas are black.
Not on. This guy's a cardiologist.
It goes without saying. Do you feel, great Bob Grant, that this poor, sickly, tormented woman should be incarcerated?
Yes.
You do?
Without a doubt.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
All right. Oh, it goes without saying. Come on.
No.
Yes, it's been a long time. Been a long time, Corleone.
Well, I've been very busy, and everybody's having sit-downs. And this business between this Jewish guy and the Arab guy reminds me when you used to come to President Street, and we used to iron out our differences, and you was a negotiator. You remember those days? I hope we're not on the radio, because this is personal.
Well, this is a private line here. You've called on the private line, and nobody can hear you, Don, so you could talk about Paul Needle-Nose Minaj or anybody, and you don't have to worry.
Oh, it goes without saying. But, like I said, you know, these sit-downs, I'm going to be your friend. You're going to be my friend. And everybody's happy. And then before you know it, somebody screws up, and we're back to where we started. These things happen every 10 years. You know, Bob, how it is. Let me ask you, personally, do you think it's going to last?
No.
I agree with you. You know, you're a great man. And the day you retire is when I'm getting the 5 families.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, the year 2001.
I'm writing it down. In
2001, on New Year's Day, we'll have a big retirement party. The year 2001.
You got it.
Okay.
Stata bom.
Tu pure.
Tu ba.
O pure tu.
Io me lo guardo. Se lo vuoi ci va a casa non va Bob Grant. A salute. Salute. Salute.
A saluto tutti quanti.
E Mario, se proprio sarà faccim from Don Corleone.
That's right. Thank you.
Salute.
That's the first message to Mario we've had in quite a while. What, Benelli put a kibosh on that too, guys? Hey, John, I know you're on vacation, but you're probably monitoring the show like all program directors. You never really go on vacation. As a matter of fact, you live with that radio in your ear all day long. That's why you walk around with your head tilted to the side. Got to give you credit, John. You got these guys really spooked. Really spooked. I notice their noses are all very colorful.